Jones escape from the forces of evil? Can he survive 13 fiendish situations? Will Indy make it all the way? Find out in Atari's Raiders of the Lost Ark adventure game. It's diabolically difficult. It's mysterious. It's never the same twice. And it's only from Atari.
Hello and welcome back to another great episode of the amazing Atari Aficionado. So, I have some good news and I have some bad news. So, I guess, as most people like, I'll start with the good news. So, the good news is I have finally made it to the end of my Atari pickups video. And that being said, there's not going to be an episode for a little while because I'm in the process of moving, as many of you know. So this is going to be a shorter video, than usual. And keep in mind that there's not going to be, the bad news is, here comes the bad news, there's not going to be an episode for a little while until I get situated at the new place. So this is going to be the last kind of Atari video for a little while. I'm hoping to be up and running by the end of the month. But obviously I'm going to take a break from YouTube, and that video will be coming later as well. So anyhow, getting back to Atari related things, let's go ahead and just dive right in. So I kind of saved, this just happened by accident, but I saved some of the coolest and best stuff for last. Some of you might have seen this before. Maybe I teased it in an earlier video. But either way, it is finally time to show these awesome items. So here in my right hand is Spider-Man. Now, I'd have to go through all the episodes to see if I remember. I think I had Spider-Man loose at one point. But I was able to actually get Spider-Man in the box. And this is huge. I am a massive Spider-Man fan. I have tons of comic books and toys and t-shirts. And I grew up, obviously, watching the 90s cartoon series. And it's such an amazing superhero and pop culture icon. And, I'm more of a fan of the older Spider-Man stuff, the old Amazing Friends, Spider-Man cartoon, or Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and I love the older comics and the older toy lines and stuff like that. But that being said, kind of going on a Spider-Man tangent, it's a no-brainer that I need to own the Spider-Man Atari game, one of the earlier video games, superhero games. This was 1983. Obviously, there had been Superman, which was one of the first, I believe, at least video game characters. This isn't the best game. It's playable, and it's not bad, but it gets a little redundant, and it's a little tough. This is definitely pretty sweet looking, obviously. Spider-Man, the logo down there. Looks a little dirty. You can tell that a little bit of glue is starting to come through. But most of the Parker Brothers cartridges ended up looking like this. So anyhow, 1983. And, I will definitely be doing a review of this game. But it's one of those games where it could have been better. They definitely could have fixed some of the gameplay with the way he swings and climbs and stuff, because it became very difficult to pinpoint you shooting your web and things like that. Anyhow, I'll go into more detail when I do the review, but I have that, and then the other awesome box item is...
Welcome to Club Atari. What's your pleasure? Breakout? Here's something new. Circus Atari.
Cartridges, video chess, football. Cartridge, sir? Fez is here.
We meet again, Fez.
Yes, a little game of Space Invaders, perhaps. What shall we play for?
For fun, of course.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
Alien. That's right. I've talked about it. I've teased about it. I even had a commercial about it in one of the earlier videos. And here it is. This one I remembered. I definitely had this one loose. And this got traded into the game store complete. And I reached out to my district manager and I was like, well, look, I already have the game and I really just want the manual in the box. And he was fine with that agreement. So I was able to get the box. And then when I got home, I brought this home. I took my copy and put it in the box. So this is my original loose copy that I had gotten months ago. I think I might have got this when I was in Hanover. I don't remember if it was. I think I got this and Superman that day. So the video game store out in Hanover. It's called Vault Video Games, I believe, and I'll link them and I'll put a little link and I'll put them in the description. But they had some awesome Atari. They had an awesome Atari selection. So if you're in and around the Hanover, Pennsylvania area, check them out. But yes, Alien. This is incredible that this legendary movie became this game. This was released in 1982. Obviously, the movie was released in '78. Fox had a lot of crazy games, and it's pretty wild. Like I have Porky's. And I know I have MASH, so I'm definitely excited to get around to these, to reviewing these. Very similar to Pac-Man, you're basically the human trying to escape the alien, and you have to pick up certain items. And yeah, it's been a while since I played it for sure, but I mean, this is so cool. The box is a bit banged up, it's getting old, but that's what happens with these things. But this is the only box I know that opens the way that it does. It's really cool how that opens like that. So there you have it, Alien from 20th Century Fox. And then finally, I meant to show this earlier at the beginning. I did have one loose pickup. This is pretty cool. So this is Starfire, programmed by Manuel Pollock from Atari Age. Atari Age is a newer website. I will also link that and put information in the description. I'm not going to go into massive detail, but essentially they are a huge forum / website / group of individuals that has banded together to preserve Atari and do things related to Atari. And a few years ago, they made new Atari games for the Atari. I believe this was from 2003, yes. So isn't that crazy? This is already really old. But it's just insane to think that there was new games made for the Atari. Not official, but official through Atari Age. But they're not, released by Atari. But they made new games for this back in 2003. Is the point I'm trying to make. So it's just so fucking crazy. This is an awesome game, by the way, and I believe this is one of the games that will work with the voice modulator that you can buy. That was also released by Atari Age, and I'll actually probably do a video on that later, so I'm not going to get into detail. But basically, it's this module you can put on your 2600, and it allows your games to talk, and it's a newer item made for the newer games, and I think Starfire is one of those games. So don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But anyway, that is one of the loose pickups. Definitely very cool. So like I said, I saved the coolest stuff for last. And then finally, let me grab a few loose Atari games here. And this I'm definitely going to be doing a video on at some point as well. And I will actually show it in use. I'll just pull it up here on camera and show you. So there's that. So this would go into your system, and then this would sit beside the system, and it is a system switcher. So you could put various games in these slots, and then you could flip back and forth between them. And then this itself is a cartridge that would go in, and there's this thick wire, and that's how they communicate. This is insane. But what makes it even crazier is my buddy had found this actual paper that is for the video game brain. So keep in mind, I got these from two separate places. This came into the video game store, and then my buddy randomly found this. So if you look at the back here, it actually shows you how it goes into your 2600, and then it just sits right in front. And it's called the Video Game Brain. This is operating restrictions. So this is basically the manual for it, and it feels really dusty, like really dirty. But anyway, yeah. So the fucking brain, and it's got the various slots, and this is from 19. There's no date on this thing. There's no date whatsoever, but that's okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll definitely be going into more detail on the brain, but I just figured I would show you guys. This is by RGA International Limited, made in Hong Kong. So, an international product made for an American video game company. So, pretty darn cool. So, that is it. That is all of the crazy items that I have finally picked up. And I've obviously been picking up these Atari items over the past several months. So I do apologize it's taken me so long to show everybody all the cool things I've gotten. And now with moving, there's going to be a little bit of a break in the series. But I basically just wanted to take this moment to say thank you to everybody who has watched this series thus far, to the people who watched it before and continue to watch it now. And I look forward, hopefully, to gaining more people checking out this section of my YouTube. Obviously, a lot of you might be used to my DVD drinking reviews or my trading card videos, or maybe just my silly, videos that I do, or, comedy videos or what have you. And I really appreciate all of you letting me talk about Atari stuff and being interested in it and supporting it. And I really hope that, like I said earlier, that I'll get more people talking about Atari and checking out Atari and playing Atari, because these are cool systems and these are excellent games, and I would love to continue to share it with all of you. So anyway, this is Jazzy Jeff saying thanks for watching another great episode of the amazing Atari Aficionado, and I will see you at some point in August, hopefully. Take care.
Hey!
Yes?
You look like a real jerk.
Well, I am a corporate executive.
He stops exciting things from happening.
So what you doing?
Well, Muffy, Buffy, Biff Jr. and I are going on our Sunday drive.
Oh, no, you ain't. You're gonna play pole position! Atari. It'll buzz